Mark Coyle, how do you assess that?
Yeah, just thought first half we started well. We had a few good chances, but then the second half just probably the total opposite, flat. We see it again from a set piece, and we've been talking about that all year, and it's just not good enough really.
You probably didn't get in behind them enough in the second half.
Yeah, second half, like it just seemed to be all in front of them. Don't know why it was so flat. There was no reason for it. But yeah, as it says, even when you are flat, you still have to do your job. And look at the goal. It came from one long ball that wasn't dealt with, and then a corner again that you have to deal with. So it's on us really.
I know if in a game like if you're outplayed and you're beaten by the better team, fair enough, you go home, you hold the hands up. When it's such a scruffy goal and such a tight occasion, it probably makes it that bit more of a stickler.
Yeah, definitely. Like as you said, there was nothing between the two teams. In the first half, I thought we had plenty of chances, and I think if one of them goes in, it's a totally different game. I know that's easy saying now, but that is the case. But at the end of the day, we knew that in the first half, and we had discussed at half time to come out, and I don't know why, but it was just we're flat and just wasn't good enough, and that's the bottom line really.
What was the message in the dressing room among the players afterwards?
It's just one of them sort of ones that we're all not really sure ourselves what happened, but as I said again, it's down to us then as players on the pitch. We're the ones on the pitch. The manager can't manage us through every minute of the game. It's down to us to pick ourselves up and go. And it says, as I said already, if you are flat, you still have to grind it out and take the tough patch, and then your time will come. But just tonight, the second half was just abysmal, really.
The manager talked about changing the setup on corners, going to semi-zonal, semi-man marking, but again, it's another corner that undoes us. That must be a great sense of frustration.
Yeah, it is. We have to take ownership of that again as players. It's not good enough, and that's the bottom line again. There's only so many chances we can get. Look at the chances. We've only scored one this year from set pieces. The first game against Pats, it was decided by a set piece. Tonight was decided by a set piece. If you want to go where we want to go, that's what we have to deal with. And to be honest with you, we're all sort of sick and tired of saying it ourselves. So it's about time we do something about it.
The good thing with this team, Mark, over the last 18 months is we've been very good at responding to a setback or a flat performance, so we can probably expect a big response in Dalymount next Friday.
Yeah, you'd like to think so. Again, it's another massive game, Dublin Derby, and that's what you love playing down in Dublin. There's so many Dublin derbies. So look, tonight's a disappointing. As you said though, next week it's another big game, so we have to dust ourselves off and get going again.
Lukey said during the week that there's a bit more needle in these fixtures. Lads hugging and being mates during the game is not a thing that he's seen in recent months. Is that something you've noticed as well? It's not as friendly as it once was?
Yeah, definitely. I suppose for coming down here, for me, the Dublin derbies have been an eye opener for me anyway. So yeah, I definitely think there's a real edge to them games, but that's what you want as a player. That's what you want as fans. That's what you want for the league. It makes everything better about the league. They're the games you want to be involved in. So yeah, it is, but it's great for the league and it's great for us.
When you're looking at personal positives, getting in and getting another game under your belt after the spell on the sidelines, the in and out nature this year for you must be delighted.
Yeah, definitely. That's another sort of check off the list. So yeah, as you says, it's just now about getting a run of games and making sure I'm match fit for 90 minutes rather than just 70 or whatever it is. So look, that's the next goal now, is to keep building on that and keep improving as well. I think that's the main thing for everybody in the team.
How are you enjoying it in there at the moment, playing alongside JJ, who's hit a good purple patch of form, and Evan Caffrey as well, who's been amazing since coming in this season?
Yeah, look, two top players. I really enjoy playing with them. Sort of make your job easier too, when there's an option for the ball, and it's makes it easier for you to get passes. They pass you the ball in a way that sort of tells you where you can go with the ball, which makes it so much easier as another midfielder. And yeah, really enjoying it. Two top fellas as well, so that makes it all the better as well.
How's the body feeling at the moment?
Yeah, great. To be honest with you, I do that much rehab and gym that I'm sort of fed up doing rehab and gym, but it has to be done. But the recovery will do tomorrow now again, and look, we'll be ready to go for next Friday.
The manager had referenced the fact that Pat's tried to kind of talk down this derby. He said, It's not the big rivalry it was 20 years ago. It'll be hard for anyone to dampen that Shels Bohs rivalry. It's been a big thing over the last 2 years.
Yeah, when I came here first, yeah, that was one of the biggest things I said, was the Bohs and Shels rivalry is massive. They're only across the road there. Yeah, it's definitely a big one, and we want to build on. But if we want to go, we have to go to Dalymount now and get a result, especially after this disappointing performance tonight. So yeah, it's one that we're all really looking forward to.
I think Europe is a dream for everyone. The fact that, you know, a win next Friday night would keep us well in contention, even going into the summer break. That must be a big carrot to aim towards.
Yeah, definitely. Look, that's obviously the ultimate goal, but I think for players and us, we have to take it week by week, because you can't get too far ahead of yourself, but you can't look too far back either. So for me now, it's just building on it and going again next week.
I know this transfer window hasn't opened, but the manager is expecting Gavin Malloy and Sean Boyd back in the next few weeks. That must be a brilliant lift for all you guys to see them back.
Definitely. Look, that competition for places is exactly what you need as players to improve yourself, and that fighting and that competition for places is only a good thing for the team.
And finally, I know he was highlighted this week. He did some press and talked about, you know, what he has to do to his body to get right for a game. It's brilliant to see once again Luke Byrne come through.
Yeah, look, I read the article, and if they only knew half of the stuff that he puts himself through to make sure that he could play here on a Friday night. And for me, consistently, he's at least an 8 out of 10 every week, and it's a credit to his mentality as a person and as a leader that he's able to do that, because there's many a men that would have just wilted at the first breakdown and would have retired, to be honest with you, how tough he has it. So no, all credit to him, he's amazing, to be fair.
The manager's giving you the weekend off. Will you be going to Rave Talca Park?
I don't know if we will welcome him there after tonight.
Cheers, Mark. Enjoy the weekend.
Thanks.